Good morning, everyone. Today is day 3 of the 21 days defining hope in uncertain times. And I wanted to do this video today about practicing gratitude now more than ever. And if any of you want the replays of the 2 free calls that I did, if you didn't sign up for the, you can, no, you can't. Just let me know. Just let me know. And I can make sure that you get those because I think they can help now more than ever. So today I thought about this and I thought this is really a good thing to do now more than ever is practicing gratitude. And I've been listening to that Hope for Uncertain Times that Deepak and Oprah put together. And Oprah's had this gratitude practice for decades. And I've been doing a gratitude practice for a while now. I have someone that we text back and forth. I have my tapping buddy and I have my gratitude buddy. And we just text each other back and forth once we've, done our gratitude, just to have the accountability, just to like, oh, right, I need to do that. And what I find is, is really taking the time with it. It doesn't have to be this like long list, even like 3 to 5 things that I can find to feel grateful about no matter what. There's always something to look for. And what kind of came up on the free call that I did yesterday was this idea of what are we focused on during this time? Where is your camera lens focused? Are you listening to all the stories about the deaths and all that? Yes, that's all happening. But is that, hey Holly, is that where the focus is going? And isn't there another perspective? Aren't there other things going on as well? And I say this, when I look at nature, all is right in that world. This morning, my husband and I were saying this marked lack of wildlife that we've seen in the foothills where we hike with the dogs. I was like, this is so odd. For the last almost 2 years now, I noticed how much they're not around. And then this morning I'm out there hiking with my dog Ozzy, and I hear something and I look up in the foothill and there's about 8 deer. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, they're all around. We've seen other animals around that we haven't seen. And I'm like, can you, and this is not, I think anybody that knows me knows I'm not like, just think happy thoughts and it's all going to be okay. That's not what I'm saying. But if you keep focusing on the bad news, the deaths, that's what became apparent on the call yesterday is where's people's focus going? Is it going on, are you programming yourself every day to wake up and look at or go to bed before you go to bed at night? Oh my God, what's going on? What's the death count? What's this? You don't find the life count. You can find it, but you got to look for it. They're not headlining like over 200,000 have recovered. That's not what they're saying. I actually was also texting with someone last night who's a nurse. And I trust what she says, and she's like, I've really looked into this, and the death count is actually quite a bit less than in a lot of ways what's being promoted. So take that for what it's worth. But it's like, where's the camera lens focused, and is it helping you? Is it serving you to watch all that and then to elevate? If you think about cellular, like how we program our cells, the more you're looking at that, the more you're seeing it. It's like, oh my God, now I got to wipe. I got to wipe my hands. I got to wipe this. I got to wipe that. And then the stress that's causing, oh my God, did I wipe this well enough? And that you might, if you go out to the store and you see people in masks and gloves, I see them. And I had somebody go, man, it freaks me out every time I see him. And I go, it's people's personal choice for sure. You've got to do what's right for you. And I am not for any stretch saying be cavalier about it. But what I am saying is in your own mind, in your own world, where's your focus going? And I believe, my personal belief is The best thing we can do for all of humanity right now is individually put ourselves in the best possible place given whatever circumstances we're facing. Whatever circumstances we're facing is to, it's to tap on your truth, not to deny it, not to go, it's just, like I said, butterfly farts and fairy farts. No, but interrupt the negative, interrupt that pattern of like, I'm circling the drain. Oh my God, it's all this. I did go to the grocery store last week, and it was hilarious. These two guys that were helping at the checkout, they go, how's the apocalypse going for you? I just burst out laughing. And they were like, I was like, seems like it's going pretty well for you guys. And they're like, yeah, who knew that this Trader Joe's career choice was going to benefit us? It's, and I could appreciate that there's the humor in that, and it kind of pings off of yesterday. So what I would say is now more than ever, if you can, at night before you go to bed, maybe in the morning when you wake up, I just sat outside and did it. Take time, even if it's 5 minutes, and go, what can I appreciate right now? And this is what I notice as I do this practice. I was telling my husband that this morning. It's amazing as I sit down, and I've been doing it for a while now and getting deeper into it, how I can, and I did it this morning and I'll do it at night, but I float. When I do it at night, I go back through the day and I think about something that, wow, that was really great. And I realized I didn't take it in. I didn't really anchor it in. It took sitting down to really like, what can I find to feel grateful for? And I am becoming so aware of how I can float through the day and be like, oh yeah, okay, that's okay. That was a really good thing, but oh my God, the shit show's over here. And it's like, to take the time to do that, you're doing such a good thing for yourself and such a good thing for people around you because of the ripple effect. And I just noticed I was just invited to a group. There's probably about 2,200 people in it about positivity during the, what things to bring more goodness into your world during this pandemic. And I'm like, oh my God, what a freaking great group to have. So anyway, let's tap, because we'll tap on, what I want to tap on is finding it hard to feel grateful, and then I'll do some bridging. So Holly, what'd you say? I check on a couple of times a day, then listen to music the rest. Yeah, I'm aware of what's going on, but I really stepped in and I think I said that on yesterday's, I don't remember. It's not that I'm incapable. It's not like I'm like, oh, I banged my shopping cart wholeheartedly with somebody on Facebook. I was like, what? That's bullshit. And I was banging my shopping cart, and I'm like, and it's not like I regret that I did it, but I was just like, do I really want to keep putting energy there? It's just a question. Sometimes we do feel the need to bang our shopping cart, and don't make yourself wrong for that at all. I do it. But then I'm like, where do I want to focus right now? And I catch myself. It's about catching yourself in the act of it, not being perfect, getting it right. We're all flawed, fallible human beings, and we're all amazing works in progress. So anyway, my monologue. So start on the karate chop. Even though right now, I can find it hard to feel grateful, I choose to honor I feel this way now. Even though right now, gratitude's in short supply for me. What if I could see that differently? Even though right now, with this pandemic going on, this seeming apocalypse, I can find it hard to be grateful. But I'm open to seeing this differently now. And then go to the eyebrow. It can feel hard to feel grateful. Especially when I'm constantly seeing the death count and all the politics around this. It can feel really hard to feel grateful. But what if what's actually happening for me here is I'm having a perception problem? Maybe I'm focused on everything that's going wrong. And if I'm doing that, I'm missing out on everything that's going right. And I don't want to deny things that are happening, but also, how focused am I on the problem? Because the same mind that created the problem, that's trying to handle the problem, is not the same mind that can solve the problem. And what if I could think about it this way? Do I want to add my energy to all the negative energy that's already spinning out of control right now? What if I could take some time and start to consider what could be good about this? Because it's there. It really is there. And what if, by finding things every day that feel good to me, what if I do my part to add more positive energy, more uplifting energy? And it's a practice. What if I can attend to my fears, attend to my concerns, and use tapping or whatever technique helps me find relief? And then spend some time contemplating things that I can feel grateful for. And what if, by me feeling better, that ripples out to others, seen or unseen? But if I really think about it, where do I want to put my energy during this time? Do I want to add it to the fear? or do I want to add it to all the good that is still going on? And what if? That makes such a difference. And then maybe I feel less helpless and more hopeful. And I add that energy out in the world. And take a breath. I posted that Martin Luther King, darkness cannot, I never remembered off the top of my head, overcome darkness, only light can do that. Hate can't overcome hate, only love can do that. And that's, like I said, when we just tune in, even if you just, it's not to be in denial, not go, whoa, I'm just not going to think fearful thoughts, good luck. But to honor that, tap through it, and then go, okay, can I have a gratitude practice here? Can I start to shift some energy? Because this is what I noticed on the call that I did yesterday, is the spiraling out of control of people like, and you can tell it's like focused on, what's the death count today? I saw the death count. I mean, and it the terror that instills in us. And it's not like it's anybody's fault. It's like, but that's the news that's put out there. The personal choice that we have is to go, where do I really want to put my energy during this time? Do I want to focus on this? Do I want to add my energy to this? And again, it's like honor that, oh my God, I'm terrified. I'm scared, I'm whatever. And we're going to do more of that tapping on here. But I felt like day 3 right now, this is a good practice to have if you're not doing some sort of gratitude practice, to start it right now in the middle of this. And if it's 2 things a day, 3 things a day. And what I would say is, you're better off doing 1 thing a day that you feel grateful for, that you can really sink into it. And I'll give you an example. When I was sitting out on the patio here after the hike, I was just, there's a fountain going. All my animals are outside. They're like hanging out. And I noticed it's very clear sky, but there's this one cloud that was going through. And I just watched it. I was in the present moment. I've been practicing that too, being in the present moment. And it's so interesting to me. I've always heard be in the present moment. I used to be like, what are they talking about? Like, I don't get it. But just really practicing and focusing on the cloud and watching it move. And I'm like, wow, there's this solo cloud up there in the sky, in this big blue sky. And there it is, and I'm watching it drift. And I immediately felt joy. I felt joy in that moment, like literally joy within me. And it had nothing to do with, think about it this way, it had nothing to do with what's in the bank, the kind of car I drive, the kind of house I live in, nothing. It was like I was looking at that. And then the other day, I was driving to this hiking area, and I love this composer. I'm not going to say his name, Ryan. Ludovico Einaudi. He's an Italian composer. And I love his instrumental music. It's so beautiful. And I was listening to that, and I'm looking up at the mountains. And again, I felt this joy. Joy. Can you imagine joy right now when there's so much like, what's the death count? And all that. And how many more people have died? And I thought, that energy is energy that I want to add into the world now. And, whether you like Abraham Hicks or not, I so agree with this thing. The war on drugs doesn't work. The war on, this doesn't work. Anytime you put a war out towards what you don't want, you're actually adding the energy to that. And so that's what I would say again, not denying what's going on for you, but could you adopt a gratitude practice right now and just add that energy to it? So Anyway, Kirsty, great to see you. Holly, that's what I can see. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll post this on YouTube as well. Take care, and we'll see you back here tomorrow with day 4. Bye for now.